Alaikum, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Today is election day in the United States of America. And I wanted to share with you just a couple of reminders, and hopefully, you can get out there today and vote and be part of the voters across the United States. Elections are very important. There's a lot of things at stake at every particular election. There are obviously ballot initiatives in different cities. There's going to be candidates running from city council to county and school board and many other positions that are going to be decided on today. And so it's very important that you take time out today to vote. This is election day. If you have not registered in the state of Minnesota, you can also register same day registration. There are some tips of things that you need to bring to be able to register today. But it is election day. Minnesota has one of the highest voter turnouts in the country, as many of you probably are aware. That is due to the fact that we do vote here in Minnesota, and it's important that everyone comes out. If you don't vote, you don't complain, and also you allow you vote in another way by giving power to those who decide the election. But you can always have your say by making sure that your vote is counted and your voice is heard through the ballot box. There are many issues that have impacted the American Muslim community here in Minnesota. Like I said, the entire Congress is going to be decided. There's a senator. Minnesota has a Senate race. And obviously, the 47th president of the United States will be determined in this election. Very important election. A lot of things that our community deeply care about. Our goal here at Care Minnesota today is to remind you the importance of voting and making sure you get out and vote. We have sent over 250,000 text messages in the past 3 months. We've engaged on people across the state of Minnesota through engagements at mosques, at community centers. We've been on both local, community, and social media spaces to try to educate our community. We have done in multiple languages. So we've done a really good get out the vote campaign that we hope that Muslims in the state of Minnesota can vote. I voted early, but I also have my I don't know if you got one of these, but this is our Minnesota Muslim Vote little sticker. So I'm encouraging you to vote today. Please share this video. I do have some links on here where your polling station is. If you haven't voted since the 2020, there was some redistricting, so sometimes your poll may have moved if you did not vote in the midterm elections. So in that case, it's important to double check on that. If you want to see what's on your ballot before you even get there, there's another link on this video. You can look down and what's on your ballot. It requires you to put in your address and other information like that. So it's really, really important that we get out and vote and do our best to make sure that our voices are heard. The democracy in the United States is a participatory democracy. What that means is that those who vote get to decide what happens, pretty much. So, if you vote, you get to say what is going to happen. And we've seen that in Minnesota that elections come down to really last minute races where the difference could be few people, sometimes even just one vote. And so every vote matters. And so it is important. Please don't be lazy. Don't take this lightly. You have probably have seen, especially in presidential elections like this one that's been very contested, you have seen mailers at home. You're probably been throwing those mailers out as they come in almost literally daily. And so elections matter. Politicians have tremendous power. But the day that we have all the power is today. Today is the people power. Today, people decide who their government is going to be. Who shows up decides who the next governor is going to be, or the next president is going to be, and the next senator is going to be, and the next representative is going to be, city councilman, mayor, county commissioner, and many other positions that are up for vote this year. And also ballot questions that impact tax, impact issues like education, impact other types of things that are happening here in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, and other parts. So it's important that you do that. Polls close at 8 p.m., but if you are in line by 8 p.m., stay in line. You will get to vote. So I apologize earlier. We had some social media posts that did not articulate that clearly, and so we made those corrections. But it's important that you vote and stay in line at 8 p.m. If you are in line by then, you will get to vote, even if it's much later than 8 p.m. In Minnesota. Remember one key thing, please share that with others as well. That particularly is that if you are working today, your job is not an excuse, because it is a law in the United States that you can take time off of your job to be able to vote. You could do that before and after. Make sure, obviously, you work with your supervisor or manager or whatever your situation at work may be. But you have a right to go and vote during your work hours, because many people have shifts and have to take care of kids and whatever that has to happen in between. You can take some time off of work to be able to do that. So that is your right. You should be able to do that. We had one of the highest voter turnouts, early voter turnouts in the history of the state of Minnesota, as it's being predicted, or at least being spoken about. So line should be a little bit less today. So it should be a little lighter. But we're anticipating a historic election again, where there's going to be a large number of people that are coming out to vote. So it's very important that you do your part to get out and vote, inshallah. And if you have any questions here at CARE, we should be available to, to speak on this matter very, very well. So if you have questions that come up, if there are some issues that, that present themselves down the line throughout the day, let us know. If you have issues about your rights or something that you see at a polling station that you have questions about, we will reach out to the state secretary for any information. We know voter intimidation exists. There's a lot of fear. People are still sending things on WhatsApp and a lot of things. Elections very important in our country. And so make sure, if you have any questions, please call our office 612-200-3360. We are here today with our full team, and we have some folks that will be at some polling stations to get some reactions from some of our community members. So we'll have that back for you in a few hours here. But please make sure today you get out, vote, you share this video. And also, when you vote, take your picture and share it with others. It's important to vote. Specifically, if you voted for something important to you, why you voted, and share that to others as well. This is a way for you to encourage other people to come out and vote. This is important to see your neighbors and friends, and later tonight at 8 o'clock, after 8 p.m., when the polls close, we'll slowly start to begin to learn about what the future of the president is going to look like, the future of many other important races, and what the government's going to look like. So Election Day in America is very important. Please do your job and participate and become part of being a voter, and starts with us being a voter. So with that, November 5th, take some information on the links, and we'll be back a little bit later today, continuing to provide you some updates about the election, hopefully provide some additional information. So we look forward to talking to you in a little bit. If you already voted early, good job, you did that. This is a time for you, if you voted early, to encourage others today, maybe help give somebody a ride, check in on our neighbors. We have an aging population in the state of Minnesota that often would benefit from a ride or somebody helping them. So just because you voted, don't forget your friends, your relatives, your family members, grandparents. Everyone should be able to get to vote today. Make sure you're able to help folks to vote if that's what they need, their help to be able to do that. With that. All right. Happy Election Day, and looking forward to talking to you in a little bit later today as well with all of you. All right. Assalamu alaikum.